officially starting. We are underway. This is the Horde Art Rant episode 12. I'm Byron, joined with Gigi, and Superman is on his way. Ain't that something? GG.
GM. It's been a hectic last few days. I don't know if you're watching the Bitcoin chart, but we're hitting all-time highs, man.
That,
Finally.
that's cool. No, I've kind of stopped trying to pay attention to that too much because it just, I don't know, it's not my thing as much as it is others. But I see it in the news from time to time when it does
Yeah,
pop up.
everybody gets excited, right? Everybody's waiting for that alt season, though. It seems like it's only Bitcoin doing its thing, but Ethereum is moving, and usually when Ethereum starts moving, the altcoins follow shortly after. So that's what we're looking for, right? With the majority of our the ecosystems we're in, so Stargaze, Wax, and Say. Well, it takes Ethereum to start pumping for those ecosystems to pump as well, or else they don't move. So
There you go.
that's the dream. That's what we're waiting for.
Hello. Do you guys hear me?
Oh.
Yes, sir. Superman.
Hey, can you guys hear my music too loud or not at all?
I hear just a little bit in the background, so it's good.
All right, cool. Cool.
How you doing,
Now-
Byron?
I'm all right, man. How are you?
I'm all right.
Good. So,
So,
just anyone watching
today-
today, and everything that we talk about is not financial advice. I just want to put it out there in case anyone wonders, because we do talk about things like Bitcoin. And if you're wondering, today I'm just going to be drawing body parts and accessories for the version 2 that will be dropping in the next little while.
That answered my question. So, so we're going to be drawing these parts, and I guess soon we're going to be able to have maybe a couple of generations to give some sneak peeks.
Yeah, I'm actually taking out of the sketchbook now, and I've got these like index card sized papers that I'm gonna use for a lot of parts, the accessories, like, because it's gonna work a little bit easier for me this way, not to focus on doing a whole figure, and just start getting like the eyes and eyebrows. Yeah, damn, I forgot eyebrows again. Things like that, right? So I know the shape and everything that I'm working on, so if I just do these parts now, then I can it'll be easier. Get
It's
it
a
done.
good idea.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
I'm just gonna tweet it out fast that we're live.
Yeah, go for it. So, on other things that we can talk about here, we know that we're still waiting for Stargaze to put up that proposal on the forum for the merger to Cosmos.
Yeah,
And
how's
this
that all
affects
going?
well, we're still waiting, so we have to see what the proposal is going to be. From what I understand, like both parties are looking for that merger to happen because, first of all, NFTs is like the culture or the backbone of a chain, so it makes a lot of sense for the merger to happen. Not only for the communities, but I mean during the bear market, it's NFT communities that are still around and still active, and usually they're the ones that are also participating in the different DeFi's, the new protocols and stuff. So
Yep.
I think they all have advantage of making it happen. So again, it's taking a bit longer than expected. Well, I mean, expected. I think I was kind of expecting it to
Yeah.
drag out a bit because this proposal is going to be a first of its kind because it's going to be voted by the community. So everybody that's staking the Stars token, everybody that's staking the Atom token will have a direct say on if this happens or not. So it's going to be unique. It really brings decentralization and governance at the forefront. I think it's actually bullish for the chain itself because, yeah, it is a first of its kind, what they're going to be doing. So I think it's bullish. It's going to make people vote. It's going to activate the communities to put their say on what's going to happen. So, yeah, curious to see what the swap is going to be, the stars for the Atom token. What's going to happen to the Atom token after the merger happens, if it does. A lot of uncertainty there, but I mean, if you're merging projects together, the value should go up for the one that gets the merger, right? So for Cosmos, I'm guessing it's going to be bullish. The Stars token, once they set up the swap, well, at least everybody's going to know what to expect. So I don't know what's going to happen with the token price at that point. But from what I understand, they're going to be taking a snapshot in the past for the redemption plan. So I know if some people are accumulating a lot of stars token now, thinking that maybe it's advantageous for them because it's at a low price. Well, maybe that won't have a huge effect, or maybe a lesser effect. So yeah, I'm excited. I just want stuff to start moving, right? Because right now, because of all this uncertainty, NFTs of volume has dropped. People are really just waiting to see what's going to happen, or else maybe they're going to pull some wrong moves. And if most of the NFTs get migrated and get denominated in Atom, well, it's a whole different ballgame for the NFT. So curious to see how that plays out. So that's for the Stargaze front. On say what's going on with say metrics are going up and to the right. So whatever say is doing right now seems to be working for a number of wallets that are being built on the chain. So all the metrics are going up and to the right. So it's a good thing to see.
a lot
Yeah.
of those a lot of those metrics are coming from DeFi and gaming. So I went to look it up. I'm like, where are all these users? Because I didn't see any activity really on the NFT scene. But if you look at where all these users are actually coming from, so it's a lot of in the gaming and the DeFi sector that's really booming on Say Network.
Yeah, and it feels like it takes time for things to really catch traction here. So again, we're waiting and seeing where this is all going. But that's for your say updates. I don't know if you have any updates for Wax. Some stuff that's been going on these last week.
Well, I actually kind of been quite busy with kids doing their. This is my youngest son's last year of school, so we've been doing that whole thing there. Graduation, finding suits, getting suits adjusted, and now that camping trip I mentioned in my tweet this morning. So it's been hectic. I haven't been paying as much attention to the whole wax scene as I would have liked. A couple of things that are happening that I do know about is that NFTopia, it's an NFT convention. It's just online. That's still going to be happening in August. Registration is now. And for like projects, they can get free boosts if they just approach the people. Especially like blockchains, they're trying to be multi-blockchain. They are focused on Wax, but they are trying to be open to other blockchains because multi-chain is the future. Obviously, bridges are being built across different blockchains all the time. So might as well start showing your projects to people that are looking for crypto projects to either invest in or collect and whatnot. It's a good opportunity for artists to get seen. If you do get a booth, it's only like $20. It's gives you like a place to speak all weekend long, and then even after the event, it's still going to be there basically for as long as that server lasts, kind of thing. So it's a good promotional opportunity. It's like buying a billboard that people go to visit from time to time, even after the event, and it's only $20. So
You got one, right?
I do have one for the Horde, so I went and
There
got
you
one.
go.
So now I've just to think of some activities to plan for it, and some ways to promote all the different aspects of what we do, creepy companions and the zombies, and hopefully by that time we have dropped or are dropping on that time the V2 that we're going to be building now today.
And let me ask you, is that going to be like live streamed, or
Yeah,
is
it's
that gonna
all
be-
it's all live. Like Consumer Break, I believe, and the NFTopia team have a live stream, a 24-hour live stream, so it might be part of that, but I don't have those kind of details. You'd have to talk to those people, but they're willing to talk to anyone. Just reach out.
we'll make sure to promote it at least when it's going to be happening, because I think it is interesting, and for sure we should take advantage of that visibility to show off the different collections we have on the different chains, because we do have a few on a few chains now, so it's going to be nice to be able to promote it. And if the V2s are out, well, even better for sure. That'll be like the new thing that we can promote. So,
Well, I'm gonna make this promise and commitment that the V2s will be out, and if by then, or we can plan it to launch then, or right after the event, right? Like use the event to market it, right? Give
Yep.
away some whitelists there. So why don't we make that commitment? Or is that too late down the road?
I'm not making any promises, but that's something that I've learned in the past not to do. So,
Yeah, I know.
that's what we're aiming for. I think that's how we're gonna sell it. Is that we're aiming for NFTtopia? It's in August, right?
Yeah.
So we'll aim for that for sure. Maybe shortly before, maybe shortly after. But yeah, that's our end goal. And Byron will have all these live streams and the time that he'll be taking to try and advance it. But yeah, basically, we would really like to start the whitelisting phase because, especially now that things are a bit more quiet, it does take a little bit more effort to spread the word around, right? There's a lot of people are not paying attention fully as much as they were maybe a few months ago. So
Yeah.
it's going to take a little bit more energy here to get the people rallying around. But shortly, as we start whitelisting, and one of our main ideas for the whitelisting is that we want to give the opportunity for people that have been collecting Byron's art, whether it be on drip, on wax, on say, on Stargaze, to burn some NFTs to be able to get some of these V2s for them burning. So basically, if they got some NFTs for free or they minted some, well, they don't have to spend new capital to get. Then that gives a bit of an opportunity for those that maybe right now are struggling in the markets and are gonna want to have this new art that you're gonna make because the idea behind the V2s is that after we've launched Zomsays, we had a lot of success with the PFPs. I think people really vibe with them a lot. And although the collection was great and it was a way for us to onboard on Say, get some people and some perks for minters on Stargaze to come on Say, it worked really well. So we really had a really good experience there. And now basically what we want to do with this V2 is we really want to tie in all of the collections together, build a community around that specific PFP collection, which is going to represent Byron on all the chains. So we have intentions of launching it on several chains, maybe not all at the same time, but maybe one after the other. And yeah, we're going to see how that experiment is going to go. I know that there's a project that did it in the past that worked out pretty well. And yeah, if we can reward the people with the next phase or the next chain to be able to mint, and we can make that flock, that horde, go around on the different chains and just participate. I think we're gonna make a lot of noise because people will go and mint if the price is right, and yeah, we intend on doing it in a way that we're not crazy for mint prices, where a lot of people will be able to get some for free via burns. So we'll have a mix of free and mint price for the NFTs, and yeah, we're gonna go on the different chains and we're gonna make the noise. And one of the chains that I'm really interested in going eventually, maybe ending there, would be maybe Solana. It is the chain that's super active. That's where most of the activity is ongoing. So if we can rally some troops, a little bit on Wax, a little bit on Say, a little bit on Stargaze, maybe even H bar. I mean, we've got some offers from some chains to launch there. So
I heard a rumbling from Ton.
Yeah, Ton also is a. I mean, there's so many. Byron, there's even Hyperliquid. There's a lot of opportunities. The thing is, which ones will allow us to launch during that time? And I don't want to drag it out too long because if we drag it too long, well, people lose interest and stuff. So we really gotta plan that accordingly. And I'm already starting to reach out and setting all this up. A few chains are a lot easier for us since we were already there and have a lot of experience launching there.
Hyperliquid is one that I find really interesting.
Excuse me.
Especially if you're looking at all the whales that are placing these longs. I mean, they're placing them on Hyperliquid. I'm a bit surprised with the amount of money these people are putting in. I don't know, Byron, if you saw, but there's a whale. He started with $290 million long on Bitcoin. Then he brought it up to 500 million, and now he's at over $1 billion.
Yeah, I saw that headline. Just some people a whole lot of money.
Pretty wild to put that kind of money in an exchange like that is.
Oh, for some people, it's just pocket change. So that's.
I was actually this morning. I was talking with my family about billionaires, and did you know that how many billionaires there are in Canada?
How many?
76.
That's not much.
Yeah.
Nope.
And
how many in the US? I think there's like over 300 in the US, or 300 or over 500. Like USA is one of the top for billionaires in the world. And then China and then India, I think. It's crazy. Like there's that many billionaires in the world.
Canada comes in 6, and then UK.
One day, maybe it'll be us.
Yeah, I don't want $1 billion.
No,
Not
a
even.
million is fine. A
Yeah,
million is fine.
it really would be. But even like half a million would be fine. Almost. You know, like it's just that's at $1 billion. It's like unfathomable what you can do with it. Like what can you do with $1 billion? What can't you do? But what would you do? Like seriously, what would you do?
Oof. I would
Honestly, you
really
can
have
get anything
to.
you want. I don't think it's gonna make a person happy.
No.
That's what happens with a lot of these billionaires. They once you can get anything you want, the physical world is at your reach. But is that really gonna make you happy?
Or you're like
I
Elon
mean,
and you
that's
start building rockets that land on their own back at the dock, you know? So, yeah, some people, depends personalities, depends what you want to do. But yeah, for sure, if you have that much money, you have to try and keep busy with
Yeah.
your life, or else it can get very distracting and fall into some bad habits maybe at that point. But yeah, I mean, it's just a dream right now. For 8 billion people on the planet, only like about 500 billionaires. It's still not much.
Yeah.
And
I actually heard that the estimation of how many people are on Earth is probably well underestimated. They think it's probably closer to 12 billion already. Isn't that
wow.
crazy?
Man, I've been hearing it both ways. I feel there's less, and then there's people saying that there's more. I guess we'll never know for sure, but
No. Either
well,
way.
there's a big thing saying that there's gonna be somewhat of a population collapse because with a lot of people, they're getting for every couple they get about on average one kid. So I mean it's a
I
scary
think
metric.
the more
It has
developed
not been too
countries,
long.
people are not having kids, and but it's the other ones, right? The ones that are not developed fully, those are the ones that are having kids galore. That's what's mixing the
But
numbers.
that's
But
not good.
we don't know.
But that's probably because
So
there's less education.
in other news, guys, I don't know, Gigi, if you spoke about it, but for Say, there's a big mint coming up. The Yetas, they'll be launching on the 27th of May. There's a supply of 3,000. We had some whitelist spots that we gave away in the Discord for this mint. The mint is on the 27th. It starts at 7 a.m. It's
Eastern,
25
yeah.
Say per mint. You could get 2 per wallet. So that's going to be a pretty big mint, I believe. Yay Finance is the biggest platform on Say right now. So I would definitely keep an eye on this. If you got the whitelist, make sure don't miss your mint. I'll be minting for sure. On the Stargaze front, we have another collection that we were whitelisted for called Mi Amigos, which is from the Red Planet team. They are minting in 2 days, May 24th.
It's a free
This
mint.
one, I don't think, yeah, it's a free mint. They didn't give the time yet, but a lot of our community got the whitelist for it.
It's a 24-hour Superman, so people have 24 hours to mint it. Most of the creepy companions got whitelisted for this. I gave away 50, so most of you that were in the Discord that are still active, you guys probably all got one. So that's just a nice perk for holding your creepy companions. We're always out there trying to get stuff for you guys, and yeah, creepy companions are still pretty active. So we were able to fill those spots fairly quickly. It took me not even I think not even an hour, and they were completely full. So
That's awesome.
yeah, so I think you're whitelisted as well, Byron. So you have a bit of a lookout on that.
Yeah.
It's Saturday, right? Yeah, Saturday. So, but it's a 24-hour. So I'm hoping it's not over allocated because they do want to go on the public mint for 50 cents for these NFTs. They are AI generated, it seems. But this project, Red Planet, they're basically running Bitcoin miners, and they're distributing BTC yield. I'm not sure how this is going to tie in with the Mi Amigos NFTs, but it's something to keep an eye on, and I'll be sharing some information in the alpha post mint. I know they released a Medium article that I'm going to read after this live stream. But yeah, we got you guys a bunch of those. And another thing, guys, which is I don't know if you guys remember the Symphony blockchain. We whitelisted the creepy companions. We had not whitelisted, but there was an airdrop that was promised for the creepy companions and the Metawawa NFTs. So they started reaching out for that snapshot. I don't know for the creepy companions if it's happened yet. We won't announce it ahead of time. So whoever's holding, we don't want to play around with the secondary market. So whenever they ask for it, we'll supply it. So if you're still holding your creeps, a potential will be eligible for that. Same thing for the Metawawas. The snapshot has been taken. We did receive it today. Again, we want to reward the people that kept their NFTs and stuck around. So those are the ones that are going to be eligible for that. I don't know what the value is going to be, guys. It could be very small, but still, an airdrop is an airdrop. Free is free. And
Free is free.
if I recall correctly, the creepy companions were a part of that too. So, Superman, I'll let you I know that you're in the DMs with them. Maybe figure that one out. If they need one for the creepy companions as well, we'll supply it right away.
Yeah, I think Stargaze has a pretty easy tool to snapshot, but I'm
Exactly.
gonna ask him. If not, I'll give it to him as well.
And maybe something that we can add for that is to snapshot maybe the unlisted ones only, so that the ones that are listed don't get, or do we whitelist the entire thing? I think we should whitelist the entire thing.
Yeah. It's been a
So,
long time coming. The project got faded away for a bit, but they seem back full throttle now. In other airdrop news, we also those have been doing the Ellis testnet. Those that claim their rewards, well, there'll be a claim for season 1. It's going to open on May 29th. So who's going to get rewarded for this? It's going to be the people that use the platform, liquidity providers, Ellis stakers, people that did swaps. They also had some NFTs that you could have held to get some bonuses. So it's going to be very curious to see how much this one is going to be. I know they started with a pretty small airdrop, but they're supposed to give some on a regular basis I think every 3-4 months. So we're going to keep an eye on this one too. What else? There was another one. Aegizos as well. They're getting ready to launch. That one has been around for a while as well.
That's
There's
a dim
Sunrise.
airdrop. That's a dim airdrop dimension on Cosmos.
Yeah, and there's also the Sunrise. I know a lot of people were doing the testnet, building up their little bird. That one's also coming very soon. They'll be launching on mainnet.
Is that what you have got for updates for airdrops? Because I actually have a few questions for Byron.
Yeah, I think we covered the alpha for now.
Yeah, Byron, I've seen you've been tweeting about Access Protocol.
Yes.
And you have some NFTs there. I don't know if you want to take the time today maybe to talk a little bit about it. I'm sure some people are wondering what it is or what you can do there.
It's a good question. I'm actually still kind of learning about it. I'm always slow to get into new ecosystems. It takes a bit to figure out what to do right, what not to do, and whatever, right? So what I've learned is Access Protocol is it runs on the Solana network, and but it uses ACS, which is their token, I believe, and it's had its ups and downs. It's been quite high. It's currently kind of low, so some people are saying it's the best time to invest for it, right? It's at its dip. And what people would do at Access Protocol is they find creators that they want to subscribe to, and by subscribing to them, it's like a one-time subscription. You get NFTs from them, kind of like how Drip works, right? With perks. My top 10 subscribers will get this. My top everybody will get this once a month. So it's a way that you subscribe to me for minimum 5,000 ACS, which I think is like $10, right? And now it's a lifetime subscription unless you sell it, right? Because it's not a permanent subscription unless you burn it. So there's two options. There's a forever subscription and a temporary subscription. And temporary means you can take your ACS out and move it around. Subscribe to someone else if you wish because you don't like my content or I'm not doing what I'm saying I'm doing, or maybe you just need the money, you cash out, right? But while you're staked to me, you earn rewards by having that staked ACS, and you get any NFTs that I drop if you're within whatever parameters I've set at that Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. So it's on Solana. Okay, I did not know that. So very interesting. And maybe we can add those updates in the Wax Word channel if ever you want to post them there. I think it's a good place to go post them there. I mean, it's that channel was for Wax specifically, but if you have stuff on Solana, maybe just mention Solana and then put your updates there. It's still a place where people
Sure.
go and check what you're doing on the other chains.
What
So
do I tag when I like? If do I tag anyone, or do I hit the publish button, or what should I do when I do that? Because I've kind of
uh,
wondered.
for the Wax Word, we can tag the creepy companions directly.
Okay, so at creeps.
Is at creepy companions. Yeah, we can just tag them directly, and so that they know that it's ongoing.
Rock on.
Love that ringtone.
It's not mine. All right.
What else did I want to talk about?
So also the other thing is too, when you stake to me, I earn some rewards from that as well. So I'll have to drop a referral link so I can even more. Right? There's a bit of a pyramid thing going on there. Not really pyramid, but you know how it means. Like if you refer, your referral freeze, and then if you refer
Yeah.
someone, then I'll get a percentage of referrals that you refer. Blah 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 blah. So it's a kind of a way for creators. There's also articles, so I'm gonna start probably writing articles on my opinions and shit like that, just to give content. Little ways that I can kind of occupy my time. That's that basically.
Yeah, well,
Basically.
something I want to talk about that it's kind of ongoing right now. I feel in the markets is there's a lot of mergers and a lot of projects that are disappearing, or not necessarily disappearing. They're just condensing basically into projects that are more successful. So like Stargaze, I think, is a perfect example. The token itself on its own struggles. So what they're looking for is to merge with the Cosmos ecosystem, because it is part of Cosmos, but it's not Cosmos directly. So the fact that Stargaze is merging to Cosmos is basically something that's ongoing in the markets in general. So like even there's a lot of rumors right now that USDC, the company that produces the stablecoin Circle, it's called, they're potentially got bought up by XRP. So Ripple is buying the company, apparently. It's still rumors, but apparently the deal has been done. It was Coinbase that was going after it and Ripple. So you can see that a lot of smaller projects that are valuable in the space. I mean, the stablecoin market is huge. And I think they paid something like a couple of $1 billion to get it, plus some tokens to make the deal happen. And basically, all of that liquidity and all of the market cap of the stablecoin USDC is now would be going to Ripple. And we see this ongoing across the different chains. So we can really see that it's the battle of the fittest, the projects that are more solid, have better teams. Slowly, things is condensing. We went through a crazy mock-up where a bunch of chains were just launching millions of tokens, and a lot of copycats, or several dexes, several marketplaces, several DeFi protocols doing the same thing, right? The lending, borrowing, blah, blah, blah. So I find that the market is maturing this way. Curious to see how the other chains are going to react, because I do feel that eventually we will come to a point where the bigger players, or the ones that are actually going to make it, are going to survive, while the majority of the other coins are going to disappear. This is something that I think is much needed in the space, because right now the liquidity is so fragmented throughout the different chains, and the bridges aren't really built yet for things to work together. And now the chains that are constantly working on bridging all of the chains together. So Cosmos is really strong in that sector. I mean, that's what they've been trying to do since inception. So I think they were kind of a bit of ahead of its time there. But Ethereum has also made some huge strides with the layer twos and being able to interoperate between all the different chains. So all the EVM chains seem to have been going really strong there. So that seems to be the big play. Right now, I think XRP is surprising a lot of people with the XRP ledger, how they're being integrated into different chains. So I know Cosmos just passed a few proposals for, let's say, osmosis to bring XRP liquidity into the market. So again, I'm liking what I'm seeing on that side, where They're basically condensing these chains, and we're getting rid of all these useless chains that are just there basically as ghosts, and just sucking that liquidity out of the markets. And I think it's something that was needed. So curious to see how this is going to move forward with all these chains. But I think it's important to look at your chain and see what type of moves they're making right now in terms to stay relevant, because this is a fast evolving market, and things change fairly quickly. So I think it's important for the chains to be able to adapt to whatever changes are coming. But this is something that's ongoing. So keep an eye on that, guys. And right now, I think the play for the last couple of years has been to literally just invest in one token, which was BTC. All of the liquidity seems to be going there. But I do think there's going to be a shift soon, eventually. Again, not financial advice.
Right.
Do your own research, but normally this is how the cycles work. Like, most of the liquidity gets thrown into BTC, and then as BTC is in pretty high profits, it already is in high profits. If you've been holding it since the bottoms, which was 15K, we're at 111K, so USD. So absolutely wild. So that was the play, right? It wasn't altcoins. It wasn't all the different ones that we've been in, right? That have been seem to have been going down only. So that's the play. But eventually there is a rotation where liquidity goes from the big major alts like BTC, Ethereum, XRP, and the liquidity could start flowing to the mid caps, and then from the mid caps to the small caps, and then the
Well,
cycle's over. So
I
potentially
think
that's
this,
happening right now.
I think people are underestimating what this bull run actually is. I think the Bitcoin price surge was directly from institutions, not retail at all. And institutions have succeeded in completely pricing out all of retail, because who the hell is going to buy a $100,000 Bitcoin, right? So I think this bull run is really going to get instigated by Ethereum going to all-time highs, and I think that's what's really going to get retail to come back. I think the days of Bitcoin driving the bull runs, I think it's a bit over as institutions really took over. But I do think institutions at some point will rotate into some bigger top dogs like the XRPs, like the Ethereums, and I think that rotation is going to come that way. But I think right now the big focus is the run that's
And he's gone.
getting as
And he's gone.
That's
You
funny.
see?
Oh, you're back.
Yeah,
You just
you
walked
just
off.
fade out.
Yeah,
But
so I think institutions right now, they're all fighting to get as much Bitcoin as they can. I think once they're done with that, I think we might start seeing some other projects that are gonna get some limelight. I mean, I
well,
see a lot of Chainlink.
that's what we're praying for, right? So
So-
this is what we're expecting, because we need that to happen in order to see potentially another NFT run here, because the NFTs are at the higher end of the risk spectrum. So you clearly see that when things are not going so well for alts, the NFTs take a major hit. So that's what we're aiming for. So that's pretty cool on that. I just wanted to mention it because it's something I'm seeing a lot on my feed. And yeah, guys, for
So I have other news.
yes, go
Okay.
go for it.
Yeah. If I don't, I'm not interrupting too much, eh? So we were talking about wax a little bit. You asked what other thing. I do have something that I put together. I've been like slowly building it over the last, I don't know, month maybe. Just a little bit here. Oh shit, yeah, I forgot. I got to do a bit of this here. You know, like kind of piecemeal work. But it's finally basically done. And what it is, it's I did a little preview of the pack in the Discord, the wax.
A sheet of art two. A sheet of art two.
That's it. A
Yeah.
sheet of art 2. And basically what it is, it's a sheet of art. Well, I don't have a sheet of art here right now, but it is a sheet of art that I digitally cut up into 22 different pieces. And then I made 5 different kind of puzzles out of it. And the idea is that you try to collect enough pieces to put that puzzle, like to put 4 puzzle pieces together, which will make the bigger final finished piece. So, I mean, it wasn't very hard. It was just time, right? Because Wax has all the tools set up that I can put together a pack that would give everybody 3 out of 22 NFTs, and then you have to collect, like I said, all 22. So you're gonna have to buy at least, well, you're gonna have to get a bunch of packs. Really, it's gonna be kind of a race. And when you let's say you're the first person that completes the whole set, there will be a prize that you can claim, and it's anywhere from, I'm not sure. Currently thinking about like 100 million woof, which is probably about $8 or $10 worth of Bitcoin. I mean not Bitcoin, of worth of USD kind of thing. That's tradable on both Solana and Wax. The other thing too is like after people complete and they have all these puzzle pieces, they would be able to like stake it in one of my Wax DAO farms, so they can earn a bit of passive income of like, let's say 50 DHC a day, right? Which is probably only about 12 cents, but it's 12 cents of earning, and then they can also use that to then purchase other NFTs, because there's other competitions that would be happening um, in the very near future, or other things to collect, right? So DHC is a token that is the Horde's coin, the Horde's coin, and it's basically controlled by the Horde, which is also controlled by me. And it's just kind of fun, right? Like it's an activity that I put together that was easy to put together because I'm not a coder. Wax has all those tools already made. This one's done. Man, I'm getting distracted in my own thought here. But anyway, that's one thing I did. And what I was thinking of doing is like I have people that give away my Wax NFTs on Twitch streams. So I was gonna think about starting to promo it by letting them give away these things, and then start promoting it at the same time, right, on my timeline, to say like, this is going to happen, here's how you get them. You get them by watching these people on Twitch. You might be able to win them because they're going to give them away for free. And then I was also going to give away them in the Horde's Discord, because I have some people that like to do giveaways, and we have a giveaway bot that gives away NFTs automatically to people. All we have to do is set up the giveaway. So pretty cool. And then I was going to do, we love our burning events, right? Wax loves them too. So I was going to do like a burn 2 to get 1 kind of thing. And then that one will give you 3, but then you might not need all those pieces. It would be a way for them to use their duplicates up. So it's kind of like a repeating cycle of collecting and getting new stuff to open to see if you get those rares. And speaking of rares, there would be even like a couple of chase cards that would be very super limited edition, right? Like animated ones and stuff like that. So that last part I haven't done yet. I just made it up now. But it's something I could do, right? Like there's almost anything I could do there. So that's going to be happening hopefully starting next week a little bit on Wax. But I'll give you more details once I have them.
Yeah, and for Wax guys, since we're more AAA is a bit more on the Cosmos side of things, but if you guys want to really dive deep into the Wax side of things, because that's where Byron started his career. So he has his own Discord with mods that are really good on the Wax side. So if you need help setting up some wallets and stuff like that, well, that's the place to go. And to get more information about that, we do have a channel, Wax Horde, so you guys can ask Byron your questions there if you don't want to go in another Discord.
Yep.
But or else that's the place to go. I think pinned here, yeah, I have some stuff that I pinned, which is a Medium article as a starter guide for Wax. I also have the staking. They have 8% APR on the staking for Wax if you're staking that. Again, if you're into exploring other chains, this is one that Byron really likes a lot.
A lot.
They have. Sorry.
a lot. I like it a lot. a lot.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff that you can do there. It's a layer 1, so it's a bit different. So basically, imagine Cosmos and Stargaze united as one. Well, that's what Wax is, right? It has the marketplace. Everything's using the Wax token, so it's a bit more unified. In that case, it might be a chain that's a bit more obscure in terms of leaderboard on let's say CoinMarketCap, but it is a chain where they have a lot of big brands and projects that have built there in the past. And again, all these chains right now, I think everybody's a bit in survival mode. So to see which ones are really gonna take off, and I think it's the ones that are gonna be more resilient and that have all these tools and that are better decentralized that are gonna make it. So is it gonna be Cosmos? Is it gonna be Wax? Is it gonna be Avalanche? Is it gonna be Hyperliquid? Nobody knows, right? So that's a bit in the dark for most people. So I think the best thing is to be a little bit diversified, see what these other projects are doing, because you never know which ones can really stand out. But I think after time passes, it starts getting a bit more easier to figure out which ones are going to do well. And I don't know if you know Byron, but Colombia, I think it was Colombia that put out an article that they're going to be potentially building their CBDC, so their central bank digital currency, on Cosmos, which is news that came a bit out of nowhere.
Huh.
But that's big, right? When governments are getting into your chain and trying to use it, it gets interesting because that's huge numbers after. So Bitcoin. A lot of countries are putting it in their reserves, so you kind of like know that Bitcoin potentially is not going anywhere. Right now, I think in terms of clear vision or clear chains that seem to going to be standing a bit at the forefront of this digitalization of the financial system. You've got HBAR, you've got Ondo, Chainlink, Ethereum, obviously. Did I say XRP? XRP seems to be making huge moves with banks concerning the SWIFT system. XLM. You see, these are the chains right now that are really standing out. It's going to be hard to see how these other chains below, recover or find a way to gain relevance on the overall market with time. I mean, anything is possible at this point. I still think the crypto market is at the cusp of really the beginning of integrations into the real world. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a hard race. I mean, this is crypto. This is super risky stuff. So we really don't know which ones are gonna be able to battle it out for as long as possible. So I think the next 5 to 10 years, very interesting to see which ones make moves, which ones get huge partnerships, collaborations, and we're really going to see a cleansing in the markets, in my opinion.
Cleansing, eh?
I think something important to look at is, I like to look at, let's say, what BlackRock is buying. I mean, if they're one of the biggest asset managers in the world, you take a look at what they're investing in. It gives you a pretty good idea of which coins are going to be successful. I mean, they're not going after the meme coins. They're actually going with projects with real utility. And I think this next bull run is really going to be focused on utility coin. Is the casino still going to be open for meme coins and lower tier altcoins? I think so, until there's more and more regulation put in place. But it might be probably the last chance to really make substantial gains on a random altcoin.
Yeah, they're going to clearly. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be a nice little cleansing, I think, is needed. And also, like there's so many developers. So if you're spreading all the developers on different chains, instead of concentrating them on the ones that we think are going to build the infrastructure for the finance in the future, maybe it is good that this stuff happens eventually. But again, I think the next couple of years, we're going to have clear vision of which ones are going to succeed. I mean, look at the Luna last cycle. Everybody thought that was the one, right? But then all of a sudden it crashed. So that could happen to Solana or to maybe not Ethereum and Bitcoin at this point. But I mean, Solana potentially, it did go back down to $20. Now it's back to like 200 plus. But it's curious to see what's going to happen today. There was that big hack for the Sui ecosystem. So that's one of the newer ecosystems that came. And they got a huge hack where a hacker was able to depeg the USDC that went to almost to zero. So all of the liquidity pools and all those tokens that are from Sui took a massive hit. That thing can happen anytime, right? But the chains that have been around longer, they're more battle tested. So the chances of that happening on those specific chains becomes smaller and smaller. I think that's what institutions are looking for, stability and more certainty than uncertainty. So
yeah, absolutely. Hey, I have a question for you. Besides the markets, like, where's the NFT scenes? Where, like, I know, say they had a great NFT scene and it's like gone away, kind of thing. And Stargaze is trying.
NFTs is the super risky part of the markets, right? Like, this is the last thing people are investing in. It's the NFTs.
Okay.
I think right now what they're looking for is utility. So everybody everybody's shooting art out, right? Everybody's shooting art out. So if you just
Exactly.
have art focused only, it hurts. It hurts the brand, and it's getting diluted every day. Everybody's putting out a new piece or something new. So I think what really distinguishes is projects that are doing something different. So like just for a couple of examples, Sneaky Productions with their cards, right? The physical cards.
Yeah,
Projects
exactly.
that are doing real world assets like physical pieces that people can actually buy, and that's something that we're looking into, right? So um,
Have we heard
stuff like
anything?
that is going to make you distinguished compared to other projects that don't have this stuff. Gaming, right? NFTs that are related to gaming. But again, to find a game that people are going to vibe with and get a full interaction with your NFTs, it is hard. Unless you're launching on Ethereum and you got like millions of dollars to build this out, it's not easy for the smaller chains, and that's a hairy arm. I
Yeah.
like it. I
Yeah.
like it.
Thanks,
But
man.
you could see, even if you go on Magic Eden, you look at the volume on all these different chains, you could clearly see that the whole NFT scene's kind of been put on pause. It seems
Okay.
volumes are way down. So I don't think it's a question of the creators. I don't think it's a question of the chain you're on. I think right now is really a question of people have no more liquidity. Sentiment is probably all time low. I would think 90% of people in crypto right now are in altcoins. They're not performing. So I mean, do they have disposable incomes to go buy some JPEGs? I don't think so. I think that's going to come when we get some more positive action in the altcoins, and I think it's going to trickle in back into the NFTs. But
Yeah,
you
but
could see
even
it
that,
from day to
Superman,
day.
even
Yeah,
that, I mean, which ones are succeeding currently and they're still generating volume and they're still relevant? It's the ones that have utility, right? The ones that are giving you an airdrop, the ones that have an app associated to it. Those are the ones that are doing good right now because they have something more, right? And again, it's all about branding. A lot of people, when they get to NFTs, they vibe with the art, first of all, for branding purposes, but then that brand, you can branch out to have merch. In our case, it would be physical art. Where we're really pushing is hand drawn art, right? I kind of feel that with AI coming into the mix, that hand drawn art is going to become a luxury, something that's unique because you'll first of all you'll be able to see the artist like we're doing here with the live streams, where Byron is literally drawing it in front of your face. Um, that becomes rare and rare, I think, as AI develops. So again, I think we have an edge there, and I think keeping the community engaged. So Byron is really good at that because he's always drawing something new, a new activity, whether it be packs and stuff like that. And I think for us, the logical next step is to do the physical pieces. I know you have a lot of them, especially for like creepy companions. And I think we should really explore that because I kind of feel that some people might actually want to collect those. And again, I think with the V2s and making sure that we unify everything because now if you're on Solana, you're on Polygon, you're on Wax, and you're a bit everywhere, it kind of gets confusing for the user, right? He doesn't
Yep.
know exactly where to go, blah blah blah. So I think at some point maybe there is going to have to be potentially a focus on a specific chain and really make a push on that chain once we see where we get traction. Right, that's why we're testing out the waters on these different chains.
Exactly.
We see where the traction is at, and I know that on Say we were quite shocked with the engagement and the community that's been very loud there since the first day we went there. And it wasn't a chain that we were, uh, talking about a lot, and it was a chain that we wanted to explore because it was young, it was new, and the NFTs were really doing good there at the time. So we really wanted to explore it, and yeah, unfortunately, a few things happened with Magic Eden. Kind of broke our model, which we thought was unique with the one-on-ones that you could purchase with the NFTs, but we're going to adapt. We'll find ways to circumvent that, and eventually maybe they'll bring back the one-on-one minter. We can continue doing what we were doing because, um, like on the creepy companions and the Horde of the Undead with the one-on-ones, whether it be the zombie portraits or uh, what we draw for people out of their own suggestions, so they can see you create their vision or what they wanted get zombified. I think it is unique, I think we do.
Hold on, I have to mute for a minute, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, and
I think-
nobody will be able to hear you either. All right,
Yeah, it's
now it's
not a
all up
problem.
to you. I'll go back to drawing. What were we talking about again?
What's unique about your art,
Oh
and
yeah.
basically what I think makes us unique and different is that you're really drawing on demand stuff for people. And I think we can see it on the Horde of the Undead collection that we built. We had a plan with the creepies and then the Horde of the Undead where people can put suggestions, ask for portraits, and try to build upwards with the DAO. So and we clearly see now with the reflection of the floor prices of the collection that the model is something that people are pleased with. I think we're going to be doing Brady soon, right? The one of the team members from Stargaze. You guys are really going to enjoy this one. Sometimes when you see somebody's head, you don't see like the whole picture. It is fun for us to do this. So drawing the actual characters or members of the teams and influencers on the chains, I think it's fun. People are going to remember this, whether the person sticks around or leaves. It's always relevant for us because they're zombies now, so they're going to live on the chain forever. So I think
Exactly.
we're building a story, we're building lore. These things take time. You can't convince everybody about everything all the time, and especially when the markets are going through these hurdles right now, it's even harder to get that engagement that you want. But I think consistency and persistence is gonna make it in a way that people are gonna take notice of all this. And again, I think the sentimental attachment to the pieces that people are getting done on the Horde of the Undead, that's something that we really like. And we think that with the PFP that you're going to launch, if we can find a way to tie in all of the chains together via this PFP collection, and even have competitions after between the chains, and have a friendly competition, different things like that, I think it's really gonna help the brand itself. And yeah, everybody's gonna be the Horde, right? The Horde on Wax, the Horde on Say, the Horde on Stargaze, or Cosmos at that point. And then we could reach out to these bigger chains. And I think in order for us to go on, let's say HBAR or Solana, we do have to build an organic community that's going to follow us
Yep.
on these adventures. And we want you guys to make money. We can't promise it, but we do think that Byron's unique art, the zombie style. Everybody loves zombies. It's always been one of the most popular traits inside of collections, but now it's not just one trait; it's the entire collection that's zombified. So,
There we go.
exactly.
I
So,
wanted to say something that I just wanted to, like you're talking about all the different collections I have on all the different chains. My friend and fellow Horde member, CryptoZug from Germany, is actually right now working on a version 2 of my website. So there's going to be he's trying to condense it all and make sense of the madness that I've kind of created over the last 4 years or so. So thank you to CryptoZig for that. And he's right. I mean, you're right. I am kind of all over the place. So I'm trying to slowly condense some stuff down too. I really just want to be on Drip and Wax. And I want to use build collections on the other places, but use like Drip, Wax, and I guess even Access Protocol as sort of like my diary in a way, as well as a place that I can, if I sat down and did a really cool painting one day, just throw it up for sale right away, right? Like I can't do that on Stargaze yet. I mean, I could, but then it's like, that's what the Horde of the Undead is, right? That's not the collection. So
well, what's cool about Stargaze is they actually have the real world asset feature, which is totally on the blockchain. So, like, this is something that you could really explore: is that you make that one NFT. Whether you add it to the Horde of the Undead or not is up to you. But the thing is, it's the entire collection would be real world asset, and people would have to click on claim the real world asset, and then they would have to submit their address,
yeah,
and then it gets shipped to them directly. So That is a feature that is unique to them, I believe.
I think that is
It's
as
quite
well.
unique because
Everybody
it's
else is like, okay, you have to contact the artist directly yourself, not through a system. So
there you go. But every chain has their own little perk or thing that makes them unique. And I think Stargaze for that specifically, it's really cool. And you know who started it? It was our biggest holders, Don Don and Sneaky Productions. So they did that with the plushies. So they did plushies for all the different projects, and you would claim it. And once somebody claims it, it disappears the claim button on the NFT. So it's not only just the NFT; it's the NFT with the physical piece, which is awesome. So if you're really looking to do that specifically, I think that is a good place for you to attempt it at least.
sure. Actually, you know what? Why don't we do something like this? Um, let's say the let's say the Joker piece that's in the Creepy Companions. Let's say someone wanted to own that one. Well, what we would do then, I think might be a good idea, would be to then mint it on the Horde of the Undead as a one of one. And then what they would do is they would have to buy it from us for the price that we want, because right now they got that creepy companion for like really like $10, right? Roughly 10 to $15 when they minted it. So I mean, I'm not gonna sell it for $10 or $15. It just means more to me than that. So I wouldn't ship it out for that. So they could then like buy it off of the Horde of the Undead for the price that we want, and then we would divvy it up and whatever, right? Like, would that make sense?
Well, there's a lot of options we can do. I think what would be maybe cool is we know that you have a lot of those physical pieces from the Creepy Companions. Maybe if we could do some sort of catalog, because I think it does. The person that does have the NFT on Creepy Companions could potentially get first dibs on it
Right, exactly. That's kind of what I
if
was
they want
meaning.
it. Yeah.
If
So
they,
that could be cool, something we could implement. But from my talks with Stargaze, it's either the entire collection could get that feature. So let's say we decide to do with the Creeps or the Horde of the Undead, it has to be all of them
right,
that would have a physical piece. So
exactly,
I'm
and
not
that's
sure.
impossible with Horde. That's impossible with the Creepy Companions because not all of those pieces exist anymore.
Or we could just make the collection of just the real world assets as a one-on-one minter, and then every time we do have a physical piece, we launch it on that one specifically. But all of the pieces we're going to upload there are going to have the physical piece that comes with it.
Right, exactly.
Be something we can work on. But I definitely think we should consider that after the merger if it does happen. But yeah, it's something we can definitely discuss in the meantime and get the details sorted out, because I do think that's the beauty of it, right? If it's a bunch of one-on-ones, Creepy Companions, and let's say you do have about 100 of them available, maybe we could literally post them that, you have to have that one. Plus then you have to purchase you get like whitelist basically to purchase the physical piece, let's say for 24 hours or 48 hours to bid on it. And if you don't, then it goes to the public, and somebody from the public can obtain it. Even though they don't have the ones from the Creepy Companions, they'll have the physical piece
Yeah,
only. So
exactly.
that's something to look at.
Makes sense to me. And I like how you said not to do it after the merger, so you don't,
Yeah,
you
now it
kind
could
of
be a
wait.
little confusing. A lot of people, and you know what? We're lucky that we didn't put the DAO on DAO, because now that's also going to be an issue for a lot of people that built the DAO on chain, because it's going to move from Stargaze to Cosmos. So I think once we do get the move to Cosmos, that'll be potentially our cue to have a real DAO on chain on Cosmos, where the holders will really be able to put to use their NFTs. They'll be able to stake them, so they'll disappear from the marketplace, and they'll go in the DAO. So that's something that I'm looking forward to. So again, I'm really hoping this forum post goes up today. But again, our options are physical pieces to really make us stand out. I think the portraits are also something that we should push more of. I do feel like people still are not aware that that's a possibility. And yeah, all the people that I've gotten, they've loved it, right? So whether it be West, whether it be Shane, or all the different actors that we did the physical piece of, they all vibe with it, right? Especially when it comes with its own GIF and memes that we do around them. It makes it fun. So, and that's the whole
Exactly.
point, right? We're here to have fun. It's not the most expensive pieces either that we're doing, right? They're only like $20 for the Horde of the Undead on auction, so really not expensive for custom art, guys. So yeah, these are all things we're gonna explore.
Yeah.
We just hit the hour, Byron.
We did?
Uh,
Oh shit, we
yes,
did.
we did.
All right, so I better wrap up, huh?
Wrap this up and
So I got some accessories made, some glasses. Started on a shirt. I got that hairy arm. I got a mechanical arm. Got a couple of heads with eyebrows this time. You know, I'm not gonna forget the eyebrows. So bunch of busy stuff. I'm gonna get a bunch more done today, and then really gonna try to push some previews out for the next week sometime.
yeah, and we're potentially going to start the whitelisting with those already. I think it's going to take a bit of time to warm everybody back up to the to the NFTs in general. I think people are on the fence right now because of the different factors like the markets and the merger and you know the different stuff that's ongoing. So I think sneak peeks is what people are going to really vibe with. They're going to see like a full version and how they're going to look different from the Zomsays, right? Our goal here is to do like Zomsays, but with a lot more details, a lot more perks, a lot more traits. So that's the goal with the V2s, and
Exactly.
we're going to start burning. So make sure you hold on to your NFTs because potentially you'll be able to burn them to acquire some of these for free. So make sure to stack up on Zomsays. Potentially drips as well, wax NFTs, Art Byron set 1. There's a bunch of those that you guys will potentially be able to burn.
Yeah, they're
We're
cheap
still
right
working
now.
on that campaign, so yeah.
I'll give you some alpha. They're cheap right now, but I have some events happening that will raise the floor on those dramatically. So, yeah, stock up on some of the Byron Art Set 1 NFTs while the price is only 1 wax, because it's going to probably go up to 10 wax before we get this whole thing going.
So those that are listening, that's the alpha, and start stacking, especially if you think that you're going to vibe with the V2s. But again, I think once they see them, people are going to vibe with them. I think people just love zombies in general, and they're
Yeah.
going to see that there's something coming with AAA and Byron, and I think they're going to vibe with it. And our goal is to jump from chain to chain to chain and try and bring as much as the people to migrate, basically move around like a horde, like a flock, and see how that works out. And I think the chains are going to appreciate the fact that we're trying to onboard on the different chains because you know we respect all the chains we built on. That's why we built on them, and you know we're not abandoning any specific project. We're really just trying to tie it all together. So I'll let you close it off, Byron, and we'll talk again on Tuesday, hopefully with some sneak peeks.
Sneak peeks coming. Yeah, other than that, be sure to keep checking on my drips Monday to Friday, because I drop one daily there. They're just simple drips, but color ones are coming there because you know once I draw them, I can print them, then I can paint them, and I can mint them. It's not double dipping, but yeah, so pay attention to that. Accidentally set up the drip for next week Thursday today, and 21 people already grabbed it before I stopped it and reset it. So that was kind of funny. People are paying attention. And with that, thank you very much for your time. Remember, nothing we said was financial advice. If you're tuning in now or later, thanks for your day. Enjoy your day. Gigi, anything else?
That's it. And for those drips, yeah, guys, collect them because potentially you'll be able to burn a few of those drips to get some whitelist for the V2s on Solana. So we really want to go there. So collect, guys. Collect Byron's drawing, and they're super cheap. So go ahead and grab a bunch of those.
Exactly. All right, good advice. All right, boys. Have a
All right, ciao,
good
guys.